Hello everyone, this is Edray1416 here with a video about why you should eat lard. Now this is not directed toward everyone. I understand that Jewish people are not allowed to eat pork according to their dietary laws. I understand that Muslims are not allowed to eat pork as well. But for those that conform to the low-fat diet, or those that rely on olive oil or coconut oil for essential saturated fats, this video is for you. Ever since the McGovern report in 1977, fewer people are eating animal fats in general. And what has happened since then? Obesity has risen, cancer has risen, diabetes has risen, and more men are expecting poor sex drives. Alright, that's one thing I do not like to talk about, but I have to for this video. But I will explain why you should eat lard today. Let's start with the McGovern report. Orchestrated by Democratic Senator George McGovern of South Dakota, the purpose of the report was to determine whether cholesterol is the cause of heart disease deaths or not. Even though it was determined by McGovern that saturated fat and cholesterol cause heart disease deaths, scientists disagreed due to the lack of evidence. Because of McGovern's slimeball tactics, a new dietary guideline in 1977 was created to stray from animal fats in favor of more vegetables. Basically, this was created to consume the least amount of calories in general. However, this did not work for the following reasons. During the 1980s, certain foods became super popular. One of them is a candy that President Ronald Reagan loved called jelly beans. Due to Ronald Reagan cutting fat out of the diet, he started developing memory problems in 1984. 10 years later, Reagan was formally diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. In 2004, Reagan kicked the bucket at 93 years old. Now that's not the only factor that led to the rise of Alzheimer's disease. Remember, Alzheimer's was not recognized in medical literature until 1979. Another factor of the failure of the dietary guideline are diet sodas. People were aware that regular sodas contain a lot of sugar, causing people to put on weight. But that ain't the only reason. The overall consumption of carbonated beverages was high. Why is it bad to take in carbonated beverages? Because carbon dioxide weakens stomach acid, thus you cannot digest food properly. But with diet sodas, there was a host of new problems. Headaches, excess perspiration, stomach aches. Why is this? Because of one simple ingredient, aspartame. This caused numerous people to hit the emergency rooms in the 1980s. Aspartame was also reported to cause cancer. Another factor of the failure of the dietary guideline was, of course, snacks. Not your packed carrot snacks, celery snacks, or even apple snacks. I'm talking about sugary snacks like snack pack pudding, Snackwells, moon pies, and energy bars. There was this notion that before people exercised, they should consume loads of sugar before working out. When you combine exercise with excess sugar consumption, you know it's going to lead to a disaster, proving that eating fat does not make you fat. Yes, sugar turns to fat because of excess insulin. You cut the sugar out, insulin goes down, and you start to metabolize the fat that is built up inside you. Not many people of that generation were eating vegetables, and for the people that rebelled against low-fat diets still ate at McDonald's, Burger King, etc. But the reason why those people gained weight is because of the French fries and carbonated beverages. But if you ate the burger alone, odds are you'll be alright. You can eat a burger at McDonald's, Burger King, or your local burger joint and be alright. If you want to be satisfied longer, skip the buns. Hamburgers can trigger your hunger hormone called ghrelin. Because of the initial failure of the dietary guidelines in 1977, the United States Department of Agriculture created a new guideline called the Food Pyramid. That's right, the infamous Food Pyramid. I was there when it happened. 6 to 11 servings of whole grains a day? That will spike your blood sugar higher than table sugar. That is terrible compared to eating a handful of blueberries. 2 to 4 servings of fruit. I'm not saying it's a bad suggestion nor a good one. It depends on what you like. I agree with 3 to 5 servings of vegetables, not counting potatoes. Now 2 to 3 servings of dairy and 2 to 3 servings of meat, that I do not agree with. Fats, oils, and sweets used sparingly is a very debatable subject. Oil, perhaps. Sweet, definitely. Fats, no. Butter is essential to amplify and recycle antioxidants due to an important mineral called selenium. You can get selenium from Brazil nuts and of course supplementation. Beef fat makes beans taste good. Now for lard. There are many uses for lard. Lard is essential for quality in pie crust. Lard makes vegetables taste good. If you eat boneless, skinless chicken breast instead of chicken leg quarters with the skin and bones, then you can cook the chicken in lard. Put the fat back in the chicken. Now here are the reasons why you should use lard. Number 1, it makes your food taste good. Number 2, lard contains the second highest amount of vitamin D behind cod liver oil. Vitamin D deficiency leads to a number of health problems including low energy. Number 3, Lard contains more monounsaturated fat than butter and beef fat. Monounsaturated fat is essential for brain health. Number 4, it's cheaper than olive oil, not to mention safer to use. Number 5, it contains the cholesterol necessary to help the human body utilize vitamin D correctly. That's right, you must have cholesterol. Finally, lard makes you happy. Depression is nothing more than a deficiency of cholesterol, monounsaturated fat, saturated fat, niacin, and vitamin D3. And the best part about lard is that there are no trans fats unless you decide to fry food. Cholesterol is important for a man to keep his manhood in check. Lard gives man natural testosterone, something you cannot get from hormone therapy. Lard also helps with your metabolism, allowing fat people in the long run to lose weight. Lard also helps with longevity. I guess I should give an example. George Francis of Louisiana passed away on January 4th, 2009, at the age of 112. He lived on a diet heavy with dairy, eggs, and lard sandwiches. That's right, lard in between 2 slices of bread every day until Jesus called him home. Today, people would be horrified of lard sandwiches. I embrace lard. Because of the high amount of monounsaturated fat in lard, this in turn can protect someone from Alzheimer's disease. What would you rather have? A diet of whole wheat, boneless, skinless chicken breast, and olive oil? Or a diet heavy in dairy, animal fat, red meat, chicken with the skin, antioxidants, and supplementation? Butter may be expensive, but lard is cheap. If you cannot afford butter right off the bat, get some lard to flavor your vegetables. I hope this encourages people to embrace pork fat. Once again, I do realize that Jewish and Muslim people cannot eat pork. For anyone that does eat pork, however, especially lean, enjoy lard. You'll be happy for it in the long run. Anyway, I'm Edray, and I'm out of here.